Thank you, Mr. Governor, for agreeing to see us. Practically impossible to start a journey without speaking to your own leader. You are my leader, and I'm very proud to say you are my leader. I bring you the good tidings of my people of Owan East local government. The story of my life is that of a man whose father was very adventurous. My father, the late Jacob MOMODU, left his village of Yewe. Nobody knows the precise date, but it must be in the region of about 80 years ago. And I don't know how he navigated and meandered his way to Ile-Ife, where he worked, lived, married my mom, died, and was buried. On June 14, 1973, when he died, I was only 13. So I didn't know home. The superstition at that time was that if you go to your village, witches and witchcraft will kill you. So that deprived me the opportunity, and my mom is Yoruba from Ogoin, Osun State. So I later told her I must know my people. And in 2004, Alhaji Yusuf Ibrahim organized for me to come home. My mom was crying because I'm the only product of the marriage between her and my dad. That, hey, they said they will kill you, so why are you going home? I said, they are my people, they brought me to the world. So if they kill me, so be it. So I went home and I was able to break that superstition at the time. Of course, I had to go into the world and face the vicissitudes of life. Like our regent in a way described it yesterday, very succinctly. He said, what you have done was to go to the battlefront and come back triumphantly. He said, if you had remained in the village, that those who are saying, oh, he's not being in the village, if you had remained here, it's possible, maybe the witches would have killed you, maybe diseases would have killed you, which they were attributed to witches. Anything could have happened. But we are proud that you went to the battlefront and you came back a winner. So I'm happy to be back home, sir. And the journey ahead is something that I have planned very carefully in over 30 years. I was part of the Abiola movement. I'm sure you are aware of that. I got my fingers burnt, but that's the way God wanted it. I was put in prison by the Babangida government. I was forced into exile by the Abacha government for 3 years. I couldn't come back home. Our marriage was very young. Our son was less than 1 year old. We went through all that. We lost everything in Nigeria, and we had to start our life all over. But God compensated us with ovation. And today we have a global brand that has existed for nearly 26 years. So where do we go from here? I've been very greatly inspired by you. I will surprise you. Maybe you may not remember. We met in Okwela when Alhaji Dangote was having the cement thing. And just outside the tent, it was the first time you told me you were going to be the governor of our state. Out there, you had a dream. You were a professional. You were not a hardcore politician. And I've always believed that leadership is about managing people and resources. It's not about being a politician. And from what I've seen, even from the organization in your office today, I can see that touch of excellence, that touch of class. And that is what I believe. That is what I believe we should introduce to Nigeria at the national level. I am very impressed with what I've seen here. And I can tell you that the world has prepared me. As you know, I've gone around meeting presidents in nearly 30 years. I know how things are done. And it is painful. We come back, we all grumble and lament like the biblical Jeremiah, and we end up doing nothing about it. So I tried in 2011, but my party, the platform was too small for me to actualize my dream at the national level because I was operating from a fringe political party. So today, I'm in the mainstream political party, your party, the great PDP, And I believe that I have one of the best chances of winning that election. Our strategy is not something we can say publicly, but I can tell you that it is meticulously planned and it will be meticulously delivered by the grace of God. Thank you so much. Here are 3 books packed into one, Pendulum 1 and Pendulum 2. Every problem in Nigeria has been discussed by me in the last 30 years or more. They all contained there. Then on the back, we have a book called Fighting Lions. When you go into a presidential battle, it's like fighting lions with your bare fingers. So that is why you have this. It's an account of my presidential campaign in 2011. You will enjoy all the books. I brought another one for the library, so that's a personal copy. So this will be for the library. Thank you, sir.
To welcome my brother, DELE MOMODU, and his lovely wife home to Edo State. And your delegation. You are a true Edo man because you know how we behave. You are going to start or commence a very interesting process in your life, and you did the wise thing of going back home first, your source, to get the acknowledgements, the blessings of your people and the leadership and leaders of your community. That is a starting point, because it's their prayers, their good wishes, their blessings that will see you through this journey you have decided to embark on. I'm also glad we just spoke on Saturday when we were at the conference in Lagos, and you said you are in Edo, and I said, why not? Please come over, because interestingly, I was having this conversation with a mutual friend of ours last week in somewhere, and when we talked about you and your ambition. What I want to tell you is that, look, as an Edo man, one of our key attributes is to believe in yourself and live for what you believe in. And God has endowed us with that indomitable spirit. And when Nigeria has found itself in the crossroads, very difficult times, we as a people, minority we are, have always risen up to provide leadership. It was Anthony Nahoro from this same place who said and moved the motion that this country, Nigeria, should become independent. So the journey you're embarking on today is what typifies you, where you come from. DELE MOMODU is a household name in Nigeria. And over the last few decades, you have contributed your own mark into the political discourse of our country. And I'm glad that you documented a lot of your contributions. Nigeria is at a crossroads. This last weekend, a few of us gathered together and had a real brainstorming session for more than 20 hours on the way forward. How do we transit this country from where it used to be to where it should be? The world order has changed. And the main resource we used to rely on to define us as a people since the mid-60s doesn't seem to have any future anymore. In fact, the world is talking about an energy transition. So we are relying on that old energy source for our sustenance. Must be thinking about transiting. And so our transition has to be total, not only political. And transition is quite difficult and tenuous, and it cannot be left to people who share only one worldview, because you're transiting from what you know to what you do not know. So you can't leave that process to people who feel they know. They only know the old order. They don't know the new order we're transiting to. So if you think your qualification to be president of Nigeria is that I was a local government chairman, or I was, I'm sorry. It may not be enough to help us transit into the new Nigeria we're going to. So that is why we are glad that people like you have stood up to say, look, let me come into the fray. Because the biggest problem in this country is that we all just stay in the comfort of our living areas and comment and lament. We don't want to come and participate. We want other people to die for us. Christ only came and is the only one that has done it. We have to participate to make that difference for our children and the generations to come. Because people sacrifice for us to be where we are. So I want to congratulate you. Congratulate you not just for the courage of saying, I am delving into this battle in an arena where it's only those who have amassed so much unexplainable wealth, or those who have always been in the corridors of power in the country, that have the prerequisites to contest. You are giving meaning to our democracy. And like you said, I'm your governor. I'm your leader. I have no choice but to support you. If I don't, how do I expect other people would? You are our own products. Many more of us may come. And as our dream is that let us produce an Edo president. Because it will be good for all of us, and it will be good for Nigeria. So my brother DELE, I want to, like I said, congratulate you and thank your wife. Because in this journey, I have been through it. If you do not have the support of your wife, you are not going to go anywhere. And their prayers. So I want to thank you for supporting our brother and encouraging him to take on this path that he's not charted before. DELE, it's going to be tough. Take it from me. I've been through it. But it is not insurmountable. One thing you need prayers. Because with God, there's nothing that is not possible. So as you go, we'll join our elders and ancestors in the land to pray for you, to wish you well, to say by the grace of God, he who knows the beginning from the end, who knows his plans for you, will guide you through this journey. Congratulations.
Right now, the first stage is what we call tactical strategy. The real politicking has not started. What I've come to do is just to pay a courtesy visit to my governor, the deputy governor, and my state, Edo State. Courtesy visit. The real politicking will come later. Right now, we need the ticket of our party. So you can't burn yourself out, spending too much money, carrying crowd up and down. No, our strategy is more scientific. Anybody who is not living on a different planet will know that almost everything is wrong. I won't say everything. Almost everything is wrong. The first thing is that you cannot give what you don't have. You listen to the governor. There is nothing more to add to his speech. That right now, the world order is changing. Nigeria has refused to change with it. So our duty is to change it. And the only way you can change it is if you have knowledge. The only thing that must change is that we must begin to have leaders who have the requisite knowledge. People who have accomplished something globally. Not local champions who see politics as all there is to leadership. Leadership is about managing people and resources. If you've not managed 1 million naira and they ask you to manage 10 trillion naira budget, you're going to lose it. So I'm bringing that. In over 25 years, more than a quarter of a century, I've been able to build a global brand. I've been able to run an empire that started with 20,000 pounds in London in 1996 to a multi-million-dollar empire. That is how leadership should be viewed in Nigeria today. There must be deliverables. You can't just come and say, I will do electricity. What do you know? Who are your contacts around the world who can do it to you? If you go to Dubai today, you see the tallest building in Dubai. It was not done by the people of Dubai alone. What they did was to gather the world. Look at the best engineers, the wind engineer, the civil engineer, the electrical engineer. They brought them from different parts of the world, gathered them in one place, funded them, $1.5 billion. They delivered the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. Nigeria can do all these things in the area of our economy, in the area of tourism, in the area of entertainment, in the area of sports, in the area of security, in the area of power. I was just whispering to my leader just now how we try to help Nigeria to have electricity. And after one meeting, everything collapsed because that political will was not there. Everything about Nigeria is about bureaucracy. We must break down those bureaucracy and make sure that we go straight to those who can fix this country for us. The chairman of the party is a man of integrity, Dr. Yochayu. He has said clearly that everyone will be allowed to participate. There is nothing like zoning. No, I'll get the ticket. If I didn't think I'll get it, I won't be in the race. I'll get it. It's about my credentials. I've done this everywhere I've been. To name 18 governors out of 36 governors in Nigeria, you will not remember most of them. If you remember their names, you will not remember what they did before they became governor. If you talk about ministers today, I doubt if any one of us here can name 10, 20 ministers. It's because that background was faulty. We must begin to do things based on merit, not on, oh, he's been my supporter for 30 years, I must make him minister. Oh, he's been my supporter forever, I must make him ambassador to America or to the United Kingdom. You cannot do that. The world today, one country just got a 35-year-old man as president. You have people who have been contesting for over 30 years in Nigeria and they have not stopped contesting. Are we serial contestants? I'm sorry.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.